Okay, so if you feel like you're just about to fall off or you are falling off, I'm glad that this video has found you. I've been through this countless of times. I forgot count. So yeah, I'm like, I can help you with this, and this video is going to help you. Give me like the next 5-7 minutes, whatever. Let's get straight into it. Firstly, what's happening is, firstly, we need to acknowledge something. You have, the reason you're falling off is because you have a path. There's hope. You know your potential to some degree, which is amazing. You've got some sort of clarity, because you can't fall off if you don't have a goal that you're going towards. Falling off essentially means that you were going straight towards your path at one stage, and I'm sure you can relate. There was like a week or two where you were super disciplined and you actually made some progress, but then you fell off, or you are falling off. And what that means is you were going straight towards this line, and then somewhere along the line, you went and started going left, and you went left, and you went left, and maybe you did like a circle around. What that means is, all we need to do, by the way, every time I say what that means, take a shot. What that means is, essentially, all we need to do is, we just need to guide you back to this straight path, right? We don't actually need to take any actions. That's one of the biggest mistakes you keep making, is you've watched other videos like this and it hasn't helped, because they all are fundamentally telling you to take action. But the thing you're struggling with is taking action. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you to like wake up at 5 a.m. or take cold showers. No, we're going to do something completely different. All we need to do is just recenter you back to the straight path. Okay, now why did you fall off, or why are you falling off? If we look at it in a more specific physical example in your life, is chances are, as I mentioned, for like a week or two, in your mind, all you were thinking about was your goal. That's the only thing that you were thinking about. And so all your actions and so on and so forth were influenced from your thoughts. But better than that, for like a few days, you even felt like you were actually going to achieve your goal. So you operated out of complete confidence. You operated out of that like, I know this is going to work kind of feeling. But then somewhere along the line, something happened. We don't really know what. Maybe you got tired one day. Maybe you got injured. Maybe you lost a little bit of that hope. Maybe you lost a bit of that confidence because something happened. That's totally fine. And all that happened in our day is we started to think less about our goal, but most importantly, we started to believe in our goal less. Those are the two things that happened. And that's why you started to take less action, and that's why you started to believe less in the actions that you were taking. Most importantly, you started to feel anxious, and that's why you're watching this video right now. You're at like a limbo point where you feel like you're about to fall off completely if you don't do something. The thing is, you don't need to take any physical action. All we need to do again is we need to recenter you. So what that means is, physical action that you can take right now is sit down and ask yourself, firstly, remind yourself of what is the thing that I'm aiming towards. Just remind yourself, because the thing is, you forgot. And that's why we're in this position of confusion, of like, okay, I don't know what to do. I feel like I'm about to fall off. I need to get disciplined again. I need to lock in. No, you don't need to lock in. You just need to remind yourself. So take the moment, maybe grab a journal, maybe take a second right after this video to ask yourself this question to your subconscious, and just think. You could do this with your eyes closed and just think, hold on, what is it I'm actually working towards? What's my goal? What's the potential I see myself? What is the best version of myself? What is my desired reality? Ask yourself that question. And if you do this right, images, thoughts, and so on and so forth related to your desired reality will start to come up in your mind. Now, the next thing we need to do, remember, there were two parts. Firstly, we lost hope, we lost vision, but secondly, we lost conviction behind that vision. Because after like a few days of working really hard, you started to lose that zest. You started to lose that confidence. You maybe like the first few anxious thoughts started to creep in, and you bought into one of them. And that's exactly why we're at this stage. So, and the thing is, this is going to happen all the time. This is going to happen. Okay. We cannot never like prevent this from happening, because such is life. We're not perfect. But what we can do is deal with how, or better yet, what we can do is determine how we are going to react to things like this happening, how we are going to react to negative thoughts coming into our mind. Are we going to let our old identity take over, or are we going to operate from our new identity? Okay, so that's the question we need to ask ourselves. So every time you feel like you're falling off, this is what's happening. Here is this new identity and this goal that you have, and you believe by achieving this goal, you're going to become this person. And you want to achieve this goal because you don't like the current version of yourself. That's the only reason we set goals, right? To remove, to go from our current self to some new self. And the object or the goal is only a representation or the reflection. It's an illusion for emotions we want to feel. Because if our current version is single and our desired version is with a girlfriend in a loving relationship, it's not the girlfriend that we specifically wanted. It's the emotions associated with having a girlfriend. We would feel more masculine. We would feel loved. We would get consistent sex, so we would feel sexually satisfied and fulfilled. We'd maybe feel more ambitious and happier. Okay, that's actually what we want. Let's look at it in terms of money. Here you are making $500 a month or a week, and you want to make $1,000 a week by getting to that promotion. That's your $1,000 per week ideal. The only reason you want to get to $1,000 per week is so you can feel more freedom, more security, more abundance, so on and so forth. And therefore more peace in your life and more relaxation. So all we want really is those emotions. And what happens is, as we work hard and do the actions, sometimes we do get results and we start to feel like our desired self today. And that's when we get into the flow. That's when we feel like we've locked in. But then again, our old self comes in and says, hold up, nah, actually, guess what? You're going to fail. And we buy into that. And then what happens is we start to feel like our old self again. We're still doing the actions, we're still working hard, improving ourselves, going to the gym, but our mind and our emotional state is that of our old self. Anxiety, fear, judgment, frustration, annoyance, impatience. And that's exactly why we fell off. We are operating from our old self. So we need to operate from our new self today, while we're also taking physical action like going to the gym, improving yourself, eating clean, working on your business, social skills, improving skills, whatever it is. We need to do those things, still do those things. But we also need to feel as if I'll get into that point, but we need to operate from our new self. Remember those moments again, you feel like you're locked in. You are operating from your ideal self. That's why you feel like everything was so natural to you. So I want to make things feel natural to you. This is the exact practice you're going to do. Now, once you have that vision in your head of like, okay, this is my goal, this is how I want to feel, etc. Go ahead, take a position to sit down, get into a comfortable position to meditate, so on and so forth. You don't need to cross your legs. You don't need to do anything crazy. Just sit comfortably, close your eyes, and begin to relax. Relax your breathing, relax everything. And once you come to a relaxed position after like a minute or two, simply ask yourself this question to your subconscious in your internal monologue. Ask yourself the question, how would I feel right now if I was in my desired reality? How would I feel right now if I was in my desired reality? When you ask yourself that question, your subconscious will get to work and it will start to create images, feelings, and so on and so forth associated with your desired reality. Precisely what you do is when you get these emotions and images, you intensify them and you focus on them and you make them real and you make them vivid and detailed and so on and so forth. And all you're doing is feeling those emotions that are popping in your mind, in your gut, in your stomach right now. So when I ask myself this question, for example, what you might feel is I'll ask myself that question. Hey, Thailand, what would you feel right now if you were in your desired reality? If you were making $2,000 per month consistently online and you quit your job, how would you feel? Well, I would feel free. I would feel grateful. I would feel peace. I would feel like I never ever have to rush ever again. I would feel like I have all the time in the world. I would feel passionate. I would feel alive and zestful. And as I'm imagining these, I'm feeling those right now, like as I'm making the video. But as I'm imagining this and I've named these emotions, all I want to do is feel them in my meditation. Just start to feel them. Feel excited. Feel that freedom. Feel that zest. Run like images in your mind where, let's say, in this moment, you get up out of the meditation and you feel those. Maybe run images in your mind where you've already achieved your desired reality. You got that promotion. Your business just took off. She said yes, right? Picture these. And essentially what's happening is now, remember, old identity, new identity. We are shifting from operating and feeling like our old self to feeling like our new self. And you will know that this technique, this meditation visualization technique has worked if once you finish this meditation, you genuinely feel different. You should feel you should feel 2 to like 5 times better after doing this. And if you don't, that's okay. Just do it again. Focus on those emotions. Feel them now. Don't think, don't explain, don't like judge these emotions. Just feel them completely. But after this, you will feel incredible. And it is specifically those emotions that we need to take action from. We need to start to feel like, oh, yes, I can actually do this. I can actually achieve this. I can't wait to get to work. I can't wait to get to the gym because I'm excited. I can do this. That's how we need to operate, boys. That's how we need to operate. Not from fear, not from anxiety, not from judgment, not thinking, I need to get jacked so I can show everybody that, I'm the fucking man. No, bro. You're operating from ego. That takes energy. That makes you tired. That exhausts the soul. It strips away your soul, brother. We can't be doing that stuff. We need to operate from conviction and relaxation. That's what I preach. And honestly, this video came by because I felt like I was just about to fall into a rut. And I did this like literally about an hour ago. I did this meditation. I visualized, I recentered, and here I am, man, making this video for you completely in the flow. And yeah, do this. Let me know how you feel in the comments. And I genuinely believe, I know for a fact, if you do this correctly, every time you feel like you're about to fall off or drift away, you will realign yourself back to that goal. Okay, so yeah, I'll see you next time, mate.